On this episode of What Did My Kids Break Today, we're going to be looking at some bumper damage. Looks like one of my girls probably ran up on something and just busted this bumper up a little bit. So this is going to be a real quick fix. We're going to use some JB Weld, ClearWeld, and we're just going to glue this bumper to this. We're going to use these to hold it in place. So let's just get started. We're going to take the cap off. This takes about 5 minutes to set. So once we mix this, we got about 5 minutes to work with it. If the cap's not glued on. All right. We're going to just take a little bit and squirt in here. And that is more than enough. I'll put the lid back on. Well, need to clean that off, but we'll come back. We're just going to mix it here. The resin and the glue. Till we get all mixed up together. All right. Then what we're going to do is just apply it. We're going to glue the two parts together. We'll put a little more on once we get the bumper in place. So we're just going to do like that. Come from the side here. Well, it's hard to see. All we're doing is holding that in place. We're going to do the same thing over here. Till we get it where we want it. And we're just going to take a little more resin. We're going to smooth it out a little bit. Careful not to actually glue the clamps to the bumper. And I'm sure some of y'all are going to lose your mind when you see this. But this is a quick fix. This is a 2001 Ford Taurus. It's not worth putting a new bumper on it. The whole car is probably not worth maybe a couple thousand. So it wouldn't be worth taking it to the auto body shop. This is just a fix that anybody could do. And I know I'll get some hate comments, but I don't know. I'm doing this for like the common folk. This is for the average Joe who doesn't have his own shop, all the tools in the world, and just wants to have some nice stuff. This will make your bumper look a little bit better than what it was before. All right, so we've put the bumper in place. We use the clamps to hold it there while the glue sets, and it cures in about 5 minutes, and then or it sets in 5 minutes. It cures in about an hour, and so in about an hour we'll take these clamps off and see what we got, and then we'll look at what our options are as far as painting it. All right, it's been about 2-3 hours that I've let this sit. Had to take a little nap, but we're ready to take these clamps off and just see if the bumper stays in place. So far, so good. All right, look at that. Nice and solid. I call this JB Weld 200 mile an hour glue. It's going to hold as long as you don't get it up to 200 miles an hour. If you get this Ford Taurus up to 200 mile an hour, it's not going to hold. So we're not going to worry about that. But anyway, what we're going to do now is we got a little runoff. We're just going to try to scrape some of that off with a razor here. All right, next we're going to take our Dupli-Color paint pen. We're just going to screw the top off here. And we're just going to go around where we just glued it. See if we can just kind of cover that crack a little bit. Again, this is not a professional job, obviously. I'm just trying to make it look better and not so noticeable. When you walk by, you don't just see a cracked bumper. And I mean, it's going to hide it pretty well. I mean, And it's really not going to matter because, I mean, look at this. This bumper is not perfect. So if your eyes aren't just immediately drawn to it, I mean, I think it's good. Now, if I had a $20,000, $50,000 car, I would not do this. I would go to the body shop. But like I said, 2001 Ford Taurus, I'd do it all day long. And it seems to be hiding it pretty good. Actually, we've used so much paint on this car. I actually started running out of paint here. All right. That's the final result. We'll let that dry. Then we'll use a Dupli-Color pen and put the clear coat on top of it to help it blend in a little bit more. We may take a little rubbing compound just to smooth it out a little bit. But, I mean, I already had this glue and I already had the pen. So it didn't really cost me any extra to fix this. So it's nice and solid. If I didn't fix this, you could be going down the road, and if you're going down the highway 75 miles an hour, and this is vibrating, it actually has, you know, structural damage when those two were broken. I mean, it could start vibrating and cause it to just eventually just crack all the way down. So it's better off to fix it than not to do anything with it. So if this helped you out, you like this, go ahead and hammer that subscribe button. Leave a comment. I'll leave a list of all the materials I used in the description below. And just get out there and try it.